Goeiemorgen mense. Just got back from 2 weeks of vacation. I think this is day 15 since I last mowed. And as with a lot of you might notice when you get home that all of a sudden you've got a whole bunch of new weeds. I'm here to tell you that they were always there. You were just mowing short enough and keeping your grass dense enough that you never noticed. But that also means that you need to push even harder, get that turf even more dense so you can actually drive the weeds out. Anyway, not going to go into all of that. I'm going to get a mow on quick because I want to. I'm not going to worry about anything fussy. I have measured height of cut. You should only take off 1/3 of the leaf, yada yada yada. I just checked that I've got blade to bed knife contact, and now I'm just going to mow at the exact same 12mm setting it was done at before. Enjoy. Excuse the angle grinder and the drill in the background. Quite happy with my mow. That's looking pretty good. Single pass only at 12mm. I think if I went a double or a triple pass, then I would take it down even further, and that would cause a scalping issue for me. So right now, I don't know what it's at. Definitely above 12mm, maybe 18 or even 20mm with the way that the grass had grown in. But so far, so good. I have, however, noticed that I've got a couple of little, in the center here, little seed heads of something sticking up, and it's a good indication now when you used to do these single passes, especially when the grass has grown long. It's also why you should actually have a look at it before. I did, luckily. But you have a look at it before you start mowing, after you've been away for a while, and you can see if you've got like nutshead, you'll see it like a sore thumb, it'll stand out. This I never saw, and this is, I think, Kyllinga. So I'm gonna have to do some treatment out here soon, otherwise that stuff is going to take over, and I think it comes from right here. There's a patch of it here. I must have mowed it in, or it's blown in or something. It's come back in this way. So that means that it doesn't really matter that I was trying to avoid all of this now, because it ended up in here anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whip through this gigantic pile of mess with the cylinder mower and just see what happens. I'll do it in a different direction just for a bit of contrast, and hopefully I don't hit any stones, because this is a very rough area. That actually used to be a sand pit. My house used to be a preschool, for those who didn't know. So this area here was like a proper sand pit. This area over here used to be like a little track where the kids could play with toy cars and stuff, and it was gravel. So all that I did when I moved into the house was I knocked it all down and kind of smoothed it out, and over time you saw me fill up 1 or 2 more holes that were just, you know, the remainder of it. I think the other hole was actually a tree. And yeah, so this that you see here is grass that's grown in over gravel. If I dig out, you won't see soil, you'll see clippies and everything else. So yeah, let's just whip through this and finish up. I made a boo-boo. My wife has just reminded me that I cannot continue to mow the lawn, because we've got a braai date with some friends that either I forgot about it or didn't hear. I don't know, I'm male, just whatever. I'll do it later. Alright, back from a lekker braai. I'm full of good stuff. Let's get that little patch over there mowed. We'll try it out with the cylinder. I'm not sure if I'm going to hit too many stones. We'll just get started and see what happens. Alright, that didn't work very well at all. 8 cylinder blades. No, you can't do this. This grass was just too long and too thick for it. You can tell this is now obviously the side section, so it was a lot longer than the main section was. That's like 100 mils. It cuts some of it, but you can see lots of scragglers all over the place, mostly kikuyu, and then some hardier weeds, the grassy stuff, which I'm going to try and get rid of now. in the next couple of months. And then this, I'm not even going to attempt it. I forgot there's a lot of stones down here, so I'll bring out the rotary quick and then just finish through all the rest of it with the rotary. And then this little middle island section here, that's going to get round up. So we've got enough leaf area here to work with. Don't cut any of that out, you just spray it. Use a wetting agent, a sticker if possible, and that will help increase the efficacy of the Roundup a lot better. So I'm going to go get the rotary out, my little trim tech, and mow the rest quick. Check this out. There it is. Those guys have been hiding on my lawn forever. I've never noticed them. Now that it's long enough, this hardy stem with the seed on top of it doesn't get cut in the mass of grass. As you can tell, the rest of it looks nice. But like there's a little patch. And then further down there somewhere I've got nutsedge. Remember up here I used to have nutsedge, and that's gone because I manually removed it. Now I see a little bit over there and one or two down there. So I think I'm going to just survey in the entire yard, just get it done. I proved the point with manual removal. It works for small patches, but you need the chemicals for when you want to do bigger patches. So anyway, let me get this done. I'm going to run out of battery, so I'm not going to record that portion of it, and then we'll do the rest later. Alright, so just finished with the mow out here. I just want to show you what it looks like. Bloody hot today. It was up to 34. It's 5:30 in the afternoon now. Sun's starting to go down. It's still 31 right now. At least that's what my little stoop thermometer tells me. But have a look at this. Interesting stuff here. So as you know, that 12mm heart of cut, I've just measured it now. It comes out at about 15mm. So it's actually a pretty good cut. And having done that short heart of cut reset some time back, worked. It did what it needed to do. Interestingly enough, because there was quite a lot of top growth from leaving it for those 2 weeks, the density is still maintained, which is pretty good. That's a nice thing to see. But the weeds have poked their heads back up because some of them, the seed heads on the weeds are a little bit thicker. So when the mower rolls over, the front roller rolls over it, where the seed is in the ground versus where the roller is touching, it then obviously doesn't catch the reel and doesn't get mowed. So those little buggers are now standing up. I can just go with I can even paint them with Roundup if I wanted to. I can very clearly see them, and I can go get rid of them. But anyway, I'm going to do a blanket spray of Servian over the entire yard, and then probably something else. Haven't figured that out yet. And then this is an interesting concept right here. So this was left to grow, and it was also maintained at a higher height of cut, and now coming in for a short mow using the cylinder and the rotary. This is what happens to the Kikuyu, and this is what happens to the Bermuda. So when you guys end up seeing that woody effect on the Bermuda, it's not because this height of cut is too low, it's because you didn't keep going at it at this height for long enough and feed it correctly. That is the same height of cut as this. It was grown differently, and its mowing routine was the thing that sets it apart, and the feeding regime. So that got fed more consistently with little touch-ups. It got the wetting agents, it's got kelp and all the rest of it. This got nothing except for one granular feed some time back, and that's it. So less treatment. The normal gardeners mow, a little bit taller, and so the minute that you're trying to look for this fine turf and you're trying to achieve that, you won't unless you bring up your consistency. This and that is a consistency issue. It's not just from the height. So Warren, my buddy, is my boy. This is what you were experiencing, and it's not that Bermuda, this is common Bermuda, it's not that the Bermuda can't do it. There it is, that whole area in the middle, that's Bermuda. In and amongst Kikuyu, it's clearly doing it. That's just because I was lazy and didn't maintain deep enough for long enough. Anyway, I'm going to start working on that now. I think that's enough for the video, but this area here, I think for the first time ever, I'm going to treat all of this for weeds, and I'm going to do a broad spectrum thing. I'm going to do multiple different types of herbicides over the next couple of weeks, and we'll do all of this area. We're going to kill that off entirely, and we'll do all of that, but just with a bit more control again. And we'll try and catch them up weed wise. I want to try and get rid of the weeds now here, because I was leaving a lot of it just to see how long it'll take before it festers in and infiltrates. It's now done it. I don't want it to do it anymore. My yard is looking nice. I'm happy with this performance. I don't want to mess it up any further. So there it is. I'm going to let my kids play on the lawn. That boy is just anxious to get going. But there it is. Looking bloody marvelous, and I'm quite happy with that. so far, and that was a single pass after 2 weeks of no mowing. Anyway, way too much chit chat. I get ahead of myself when I get excited about my lawn. I suppose you guys are the same too, hey? Otherwise you wouldn't be watching these dumb channels. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please also share this video or any of the other videos that you think might be more worthy. Let's be realistic about it. I don't want you sharing videos that you think are stupid. But please, share my videos. I need to get more subscribers and grow the channel so that I can do more cool stuff for the channel and not just my work stuff, you know? And looking after my normal lawn under normal circumstances. I feel like doing some interesting things. And obviously I need viewership for that to become necessary, if I could term it like that. Anyway, cheers.